And great, wonderful day to all of you out there. We are here doing the lessons of A Course in Miracles. We're back at it again for lesson number 45. And today's lesson is God is the mind with which I think. Get ready for this one. Today's idea holds the key to what your real thoughts are. They are nothing that you think, just as nothing that you think you see is related to vision in any way. There is no relationship between what is real and what you think is real. Nothing that you think are your real thoughts resemble your real thoughts in any respect. Nothing that you think you see bears any resemblance to what vision will show you. So right off the bat, we're just being told that there's a whole lot more to this experience than we're actually experiencing. So I'll hold that thought till a little later. You think with the mind of God. Therefore, you share your thoughts with him because they are thought by the same mind. To share is to make alike or make one. Nor do the thoughts you think with the mind of God leave your mind, because thoughts do not leave their source. Therefore, your thoughts are in the mind of God as you are. They are in your mind as well, where he is. As you are part of his mind, so are your thoughts part of his mind. Where then are your real thoughts? Today, we will attempt to reach them. We will have to look for them in your mind because that is where they are. They must still be there because they cannot have left their source. What is thought by the mind of God is eternal, being a part of creation. Our 3 5-minute practice periods for today will take the same general form that we used in applying yesterday's idea. We will attempt to leave the unreal and seek for the real. We will deny the world in favor of truth. We will not let the thoughts of the world hold us back. We will not let the beliefs of the world tell us that what God would have us do is impossible. Instead, we will try to recognize that only what God would have us do is possible. We will also try to understand that only what God would have us do is what we want to do. And we will also try to remember that we cannot fail in doing what he would have us do. There is every reason to feel confident that we will succeed today. It is the will of God. Begin the exercises for today by repeating the idea to yourself, closing your eyes as you do so, then spend a fairly short period of time in thinking a few relevant thoughts of your own, keeping the idea in mind. After you have added some 4 or 5 thoughts of your own to the idea, repeat it again and tell yourself gently, my real thoughts are in my mind. I would like to find them. Then try to go past all the unreal thoughts that cover the truth in your mind and reach to the eternal. Under all the senseless thoughts and mad ideas with which you have cluttered up your mind are the thoughts that you thought with God in the beginning. They are there in your mind now, completely unchanged. They will always be in your mind exactly as they always were. Everything you have thought since then will change, but the foundation on which it rests is wholly changeless. It is this foundation toward which the exercises for today are directed. Here is your mind joined with the mind of God. Here are your thoughts one with his. For this kind of practice, only one thing is necessary. Approach it as you would an altar dedication in heaven to God the Father and to God the Son. Sounds like a big deal, Jesus. For such is the place you are trying to reach. You will probably be unable as yet to realize how high you are trying to go. Yet even with the little understanding you have already gained, you should be able to remind yourself that this is no idle game, but an exercise in holiness and an attempt to reach the kingdom of heaven. In the shorter exercise periods for today, try to remember how important it is to you to understand the holiness of the mind that thinks with God. Take a minute or two as you repeat the idea throughout the day and to appreciate your mind's holiness. Stand aside, however briefly, from all thoughts that are unworthy of him whose host you are, and thank him for the thoughts he is thinking with you. Okay, we're getting into abstract land here just a little bit, because we're basically saying everything, according to yesterday, that we see isn't real, and everything that we think, according to today, isn't real. So I did say this a few videos ago. The Course meets us where we're at. And so, try not to take that too personally, because a lot of us who are on this journey have moments in time where we do behold something beautiful, like a sunset or a beautiful beach or, animals. And then our thoughts are about feels like love, peace, relaxation, enjoyment, being present in the moment. So, those could be along the lines of real thoughts or what God's mind would think or something like that. However, what we also have with us is everything that has ever upset us from the past and all of our fears and anxieties about what might happen in the future. So we need to let go of those things we're holding on to in order to really be clarified enough, purified enough, with a nice clear channel, clear passage for these thoughts in the mind of God to be felt by us. And in this lesson, Jesus mentions the difference between learning something and experiencing something. And I think with experience, there's more of a feeling. And even though, again, that relates to the body, I think it's just more profound than having a thought. Although, everything does occur in the mind and our body's not real, when we get to this point of having the thoughts of God, I think it's going to get our attention so much. And all the ways that we are holding on to the past, we are doing that in a way in our physical body. I think it's an energy exercise, but you feel it in your physical body. So when you start to really let go and release all those things that you're afraid of, or all those things that you really desperately want and you're like seeking, there's a lot of teachings in here about attachment and craving and aversion. And when we can let go of a lot of these intense clutching sensations, in addition to resentments and things from the past or anxiety about the future, all the things that actually feel good and take us to that mind of God, they become something we can experience in our full capacity, which I think does include having sensations in our body. So anyway, good luck to you with this one today. God is the mind with which I think. Try as hard as you can to think of yourself as holy, the holiest of holies, and that your holiness still blesses the world today on lesson 45 as it did back whenever that lesson was. And there's something about our recognition, our realization, our remembrance of these things that has an effect that pushes outside of us into the place that we see there are other people walking around. There's a world out there, supposedly. As we have these awakening moments, it's going to transform what our perception presents in front of us as we continue on our journey. So have fun with that today. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day if you're celebrating that. It happens to be today. And I would like to get on the calendar next Tuesday at 7 p.m., our second Zoom, and we'll talk some more and commune together. So please, hope you watched all the way to the end to get this. I'll write it down in the description and I'll mention it in the title as well. Have a wonderful day. God bless all of you. I love you so much. I love your holy minds. I hope that you can learn how to get deep enough into your mind to love that mind of yours too. Well, have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow.